By this merit may all attain omniscience. May it defeat the enemy, wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, may I liberate all beings. Buddhism means basically being awake. Buddha means the one who is awake. That's what it literally means. So that anything that wakes you up or sparks your attention and presence could be said to be the teachings of the Buddha. And one of the great things about the Buddha Dharma is that it's self-discovering. It's not like based on, you buy this like a kit and you just accept it to be true. No, you work on it through your own discovery. There's something about, it's like the flower is always flowering. Flowering, like a lotus blossom. That's one of the images that's used of the awakened mind, is that it's like this seed in mud. Germinates in the mud of seeming confusion and obscuration. And when it's watered with the intention of waking up, then that seed grows up through the water of intentionality, and this blossom of lotus blossom flowers on the surface of the intentionality. And it's like, that's the notion is that your Buddha nature is continuously flowering and manifesting. That's why these statues, these Buddha statues, they're always like somebody who's completely placid and content, like they've woken up and they're strong like a mountain and they're just manifesting this liberated openness.
So many gods, so many creeds, so many paths that wind and wind, while just the art of being kind is all the sad world needs. When I met Richard, I remember even what he was wearing. He had these wide whale white corduroy pants on, and he had these beautiful snow boot type, and he was 42, and he was very much a practitioner of Buddhism at the time. I had never met anybody like him. He would use such fancy words like mindfulness. I'd never heard of it before, so that was many moons ago. So that was an old word that's been renewed lately. And I remember specifically saying to this dude, I said, if you're meditating, how is it possible that you're mindful? I would think that you'd become mindless, because we'd be emptying our thoughts. And he explained to me what mindfulness meant instead of mindlessness. And he invited me to go to the Shambhala Center at that point down on Elmwood Avenue. That was one of the beginning places of Burlington having a meditation space.
The basic idea of it is to cultivate a discipline of mindfulness presence, so that, technically speaking, your meditation enters into every moment of your life, waking or sleeping. It's kind of what dawns from consistent discipline practices, and it pervades your life, so that you don't have to follow a rigid schedule particularly. Although, if you get cocky and think that you've got it all together and you've now transcended the necessity for discipline, something will usually happen that will slap you down and make you realize that you're kidding yourself and that you better get back, as they say, back on the cushion.
What happens is when you start to meditate, you realize that your mind is racing, and that we never got a manual at birth that taught us how to relate properly with our thoughts. And so our entire life, Our thoughts are running us instead of us running our thoughts. And no one taught me that I'm in charge and not my thoughts.
So whatever wakes you up, captivates and allures your senses is a Buddhist experience from the standpoint of awakening your mind to be vividly present. That's the end of the story, the beginning and the end of the story. The Shambhala Buddhist dedication of the merit, and it goes, by the confidence of the golden sun of the great East, may the lotus garden of the Rigden's wisdom bloom. May the dark ignorance of sentient beings be dispelled. May all beings enjoy profound, brilliant glory.